Remember guys, I am sponsored by Button Bash Gaming. Be sure to use promo code TNEC127 for 5% off all Button Bash Gaming products. Enjoy the video. Gamers in game, that's what is going on. My name is TNEC127 and welcome to a Snow PlayStation 4 video. Now before we get into this video, I want to get this out of the way. I was given a review copy of this game courtesy of Poppermost Productions via Keymailer, so technically this is a sponsored video. However, I was not paid or anything to say anything positive or negative about this game. These opinions of this game are strictly my own. So now that we've got that stuff out of the way, let's get into the video. And one other thing I do want you guys to keep in mind that this is currently a beta build of the game. So anything I say in this video is subject to and most likely will change in the near future. Now, Snow, long story short, is a snowboarding and skiing type of game. Now keep in mind guys, my background on these types of games is going to be a little rocky. I don't play a lot of sports games, and literally the last snowboarding games I played were SSX Tricky and Cool Boarders 3. So needless to say, I'm very rusty in the snowboarding department. So a lot of things I say in this video for people who, play this series and stuff like that, and games like this more often, please take a lot of things I say with a grain of salt overall, because I do not have much experience in this genre. I'm just going to simply go into this video and analyze this game piece by piece to the best of my ability, and hopefully you guys, can agree, disagree, or at least see some of my points for what they're worth. Now, Snow, the concept of it, very simple, or at least what it seems to me is, it seems like it's more about getting cool video footage and things like that, to share with your friends, put on social media and stuff like that. It seems like it's literally a virtual version of what, professional snowboarders and skiers and people that do these kind of sports like to do. There's a lot of HUD options, there's a lot of angle options, a lot of camera options, all kinds of different music and stuff to play with and stuff like that. It really seems like it's about doing cool tricks and sharing them with the community, which I really think is, a really cool concept for, a simulator like this. But however, there are a few things about the game that bother me. The graphics in the game are overall pretty good. However, there's a ton of environmental pop-up, and you'll notice that in the environments, especially in the background, there are some very bland and dull looking textures. You'll notice that the mountains and everything look fairly and somewhat realistic, while you're snowboarding and skiing close up, but when you look in the background, they literally look like they're painted on the screen. And that, for a next gen title does bug me a little bit. But however, some of these mountain range really are huge. There's tons to explore. There's a lot to do. But the things that bother me the most is this game doesn't explain much to you about what it is or what you're supposed to do. You literally get one small tutorial that teaches you how to do a few tricks and how to, basically operate the control scheme that they limit you to, because there are no customizable controls in here at all unless you're using something else besides a controller, which I don't know what exactly else you would use with this game. But you're limited to their control scheme, and to my opinion, their control scheme for this game, or at least to the games of snowboarding, skiing, and skateboarding and stuff like that I'm used to, their control scheme is very uncomfortable. Hence why my gameplay isn't too great looking. I had a very hard time getting used to the control scheme in this game. However, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, the concept is really cool. There's a variety of tricks in here, all kinds of stuff you can do. You can even customize the gear your character wears, which is another thing, but there was no option to customize your character at all. But then again, you have this option to, multiplayer free roam, go snowboarding, skiing, and stuff like that with other players, just to fool around, do tricks together and stuff like that. So I do feel like character customization should really be brought and utilized in this game pretty well, because I feel like that's a key feature it's going to need. Another issue that I have with this game is the controls are very, very stiff. Like, I feel like I'm playing with my controller playing this game. I feel like I've wrapped like several rubber bands around my analog sticks, and I can barely move them. That's how much the controls in here really bother me. The game feels extremely stiff. Whenever I do tricks, whenever I try to, perform any kind of motions, even when I'm moving at fast speed, I always feel like my character is moving in slow motion. I feel like, getting used getting used to the game, getting a good push off, even though I'm standing on a really steep mountain, is very hard. And what seems to be very high speeds at what I'm going at, apparently turns out they're not to be, because the amount of motion that my character will move in comes out being extremely slow. And that honestly bothers me, or unless, I'm doing something wrong and there's something bad with my gameplay on my behalf, I do honestly apologize for that. But overall, though, I'm going to say Snow isn't a bad game. It's definitely good for what it is. But the only and last but not least thing that bugs me a bit about this is they charge you $20 for a beta version of this. Now, thankfully, I got a review copy. However, if I actually paid $20 to play this beta, I would have been extremely upset. To my opinion, playing the beta version of this game isn't worth $20. I would wait till the full release. I believe it's going to be a free-to-play title. I'm not 100% sure about that. I haven't seen too much info on what exactly it's supposed to be. But overall, it is a fun game. Anyone who's used to this genre or plays a lot of games in this genre, or you've played the game Steep, I would definitely give this a shot and check it out. It's definitely a decent alternative. But I'm not gonna lie, the beta version of this game does need some work. I do feel that people need to be giving a lot more options, especially since this console generation hasn't been given too many of these types of games. Putting a game like this out with limited options is a really bad idea. But anyway, guys, if y'all enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I want to thank you all so much for watching. It's your boy Tnek127, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys. Take care.